Here at the Fulcrum we often draw wisdom from the past, its sages, leaders, bards and writers. One reason is that in many ways, not much has changed in human nature in all recorded history. As the hit song by the Bare Naked Ladies laments, it's all been done before. Today's video regards the quotes of Oscar Wilde, the renowned Victorian Irish playwright, poet, and author, known for his wit and wisdom. He was a rock star in his time, a man who flew too close to the sun, flaunting convention and conflicting morals of the late Victorian era, seemingly immune from the constraints of his time. His new play, The Importance of Being Earnest, opened at St. James Theatre on Valentine's Day in 1895, finishing to a standing ovation, his fourth smash hit in 3 years. Critic and aristocrats loved it, yet within a few months he would be bankrupted, his reputation destroyed, and he was sentenced to 2 years in jail for gross indecency. The experience broke him, but he blamed no one for it. The gods had given me almost everything. But I let myself be lured into long spells of senseless and sensual ease. I allowed pleasure to dominate me. He never wrote another comedic play. When asked why he had not, he replied, "I have lost the mainspring of life and art. I have pleasures and passions, but the joy of life is gone." His quotes mirror his rise and fall. Here are some of my favorites. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. I can resist anything except temptation. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. I am not young enough to know everything. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing worth knowing can be taught. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. One can always be kind to people about whom one cares nothing. The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. A man who does not think for himself does not think at all. I suppose society is wonderfully delightful. To be in it is merely a bore, but to be out of it simply a tragedy. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does, that's his. I hope you have not been leading a double life, pretending to be wicked and being really good all the time. That would be hypocrisy. On his release from prison in 1897, he left England for Paris, France, living a life of relative poverty compared to his past lifestyle, dying of meningitis in a rented room at the Hôtel d'Alsace just 3 years later in 1900 at age 46. His most famous quote in my mind is his final one, reportedly on his deathbed. At the end he was attended by only a few friends, his literary executor Robert Ross and Reggie Turner. His wit returned in his final hours. Legend has it Wilde reportedly looked about his shabby room and lamented about the state of the wallpaper, saying, "My wallpaper and I are fighting a duel to the death. One of us has got to go." Oscar Wilde's death occurred in relative obscurity, contrasting sharply with the fame and glamour he had once enjoyed. Nevertheless, his literary legacy endured and experienced a resurgence in the decades following his passing. Today, he is remembered as one of the most influential writers of his time, and his works continue to captivate readers worldwide. Wilde's tomb in Paris's Père Lachaise Cemetery has become a pilgrimage site for admirers who pay their respects to this literary genius whose wit and wisdom continue to resonate with audiences to this day. A visit to his tomb at the Père Lachaise Cemetery in Paris is on my bucket list, and reflect upon the vagaries of fame and fortune. That done, I'll wander with the ghosts of other famous artists and writers, such as Jim Morrison, Honoré de Balzac and Molière. If you found this video helpful, help us continue to provide inspiring content on self-improvement and personal growth by subscribing to the channel. Please comment below your experiences with anything from our videos that you've incorporated in your lifestyle or have any ideas of things you'd like us to cover in the future. Together, let's embrace the power within us to create the life we desire. As always, stay curious, breathe deep and enjoy each day.